So, wir machen mit unserer nächsten Demo weiter bei der Indie Arena Booth 2023. Wir sind immer noch Tag 3, Demo Nummer 2. Und diesmal hat Google das Spiel gesponsert durch den Random Number Generator. Und die Wahl ist auf das Spiel Sagres gefallen. Bei dem Spiel wurde ich von den Entwicklern, also bei der Indie Arena, angeschrieben und haben mich gefragt, ob ich Bock hätte, mir das mal anzugucken. Ich glaube, durch mein eigenes Raster wäre das wieder durchgefallen. Bin mir nicht ganz sicher, ob ich das gewählt hätte selber auf meiner Liste, aber wie ich auch schon in den anderen Demos gesagt habe, falls ihr die gesehen habt, dann wenn Entwickler schon auf mich zukommen und mich fragen, ob ich mal was anspiele, dann mache ich das in der Regel auch. Ja, wir lassen uns einfach mal überraschen. Vielleicht ist es ja doch was für mich. Es geht, glaube ich, darum, um irgendwie Ressourcenmanagement, glaube ich, Welt bereisen, und ich fand halt die Kampfmechanik sah jetzt von den Screenshots her noch recht interessant aus. Von daher bin ich neugierig, wie das so funktionieren wird, und wir gehen einfach mal rein, gucken uns das an. In 1415, Prince Henry of Portugal rose to prominence in a war on the Iberian Peninsula. Once the war spread south, he led Portuguese forces to victory in an assault against Ceuta on the northern tip of Africa. As the dust settled, the prince found an enormous trade market in Ceuta with treasures from around the globe. These treasures, which measured in the tons, had been imported into Africa via the Middle East. Such a thriving trade market would bolster Portugal's strength, he thought. However, Portugal was no match for the Ottoman Empire and its control of over... Okay, so schnell kann ich... Ich habe es schon ein bisschen befürchtet, habe auch ein bisschen Angst bekommen, als die Texte immer weiter fortgeschritten waren. Aber ja. In the school lobby. Fernando, I've been waiting for you. You're greeted by Lucia, the daughter of your sponsor, Sir Antonio. You just finished your graduation interview, right? Good, then come with me to Lisbon. I'll explain along the way. In the carriage on your way to Lisbon. My apologies for meeting you so suddenly. I can only imagine you never expected to see me, huh? It's been 4 years after all. The reason I wanted to meet you is that I received a message from the royal court 2 months ago. They discovered a ship in Spain, and they say it's the one my father was on. They conducted an investigation, and today I'm going there to hear what they found. Honestly, I'm scared to go by myself. It would be really great if you could go with me. Oh look, you're already there. Here. Phew, we made it to Lisbon. We need to make our way to the castle. But before we do, let's go check in at the inn first. So, wir sind in Lissabon, in Portugal. Okay, how do I... Okay. Ja, Tavern ist wahrscheinlich dasselbe wie Inn. Nee, Inn ist nochmal was anderes. Ah, nee, stimmt. Inn ist ja das Gasthaus. Taverne ist dann doch nochmal was anderes. Welcome to our inn. Here we are. Usually, this is where you would come to rest and recover. But that's not what we're here for right now. What we want to do is record our journey. So, wir könnten jetzt hier resten, aber wir wollen recorden. Ah, you're an explorer. Would you like me to record your journey this far? Yes. Your journey has been recorded. Come back anytime. Hier ist einfach speichern, I guess. That takes care of that. As you just saw, we can record the progress of our journey at any inn. You never know what could happen out in the wild, so it's a good idea to update that record often. Now, back to what we were doing. Let's go to the castle. Once we're out of the inn, you will see it up to the north. So, castle. Hail! What business brings you to the castle? Audience. Oh, you must be Lucia. The audience chamber is this way. Please follow me. In the audience chamber. Greetings. I am the officer charged with investigating the disappearance of Sir Antonio. Nice to meet you. You are aware that we came into possession of his ship after it was discovered by a Spanish merchant vessel 2 months ago, correct? Yes, I was told an investigation would be done. I've been waiting to hear back about it. 8 months ago, we received word that the ship had embarked on its return journey from Rome. That was the last we heard of it until the Spanish contacted us. Rome? We conducted an investigation into the matter over the last 2 months, but regrettably have found no trace of Sir Antonio. The ship was in pristine condition, with no one on board. It was entirely empty. Do you have any idea what could have happened to him? We didn't find his body, but in cases such as this, we are forced to conclude that he did not survive the journey. Since your father worked on behalf of the kingdom, we have prepared a consolatory sum for you. You may expect it shortly. What? Okay, I understand. In front of the castle. None of this makes sense. Even if what he said is true, it shouldn't have taken them 2 months to arrive at that conclusion. Also, something he said bothered me. As far as I know, my father was an adventurer who worked for the guild. He didn't work for the kingdom like that, investigator said. Maybe Nicolau knows something, since he used to work with my father. Let's go talk to him at the guild. If you're looking for information, you're in the right place. Hi, Nicolau. Oh, Lucia, I hear you had business at the castle. Yeah, but something isn't sitting right with me. Lucia explains what happened at the castle. Huh. I was also under the impression that Antonio only worked for the guild. Come to think of it, though, while he did do work for the guild, sometimes he would leave on his own personal voyages. And whenever he did, he would use one particular ship. Sounds like that's where we should start. Is there anything you can tell us about that ship? Wait, are you planning on looking for him yourselves? Yeah, of course. Huh. You've always been fearless ever since you were young. How about this? While I gather information, you two work on getting your sea legs by helping the guild. What would we help with? The guild's main line of business is to accept and facilitate expeditions for clients looking to uncover relicts and find undiscovered landmarks. These expeditions will take you all around the world, which should help you in your quest to uncover the truth about Antonio. Sounds great. You're coming too, right, Fernando? You've always wanted to sail the seas, and now that you've graduated navigation school, the timing's perfect. Glad you're up to the task. For your first expedition, I would suggest signing the Carnic Stones contract. You can read up on it at the guild's library. Okay. These are the books in our guild's library. Have a look if you would like. So, you obtained information about the Carnic Stones. Okay. Okay, so würde ich auch gerne Bücher lesen können. Einfach einmal anklicken und dann alles Wissen haben. Also Sprache Portugiesisch scheinbar. West of Nantes in the region of Karnak are several stone alignments taller than even the tallest human. Nobody knows who put them there or where they came from. Ship burial. Okay, das war Spanisch. Okay. China können wir noch nicht. Just like that, you can find a lot of information about expeditions in the guild library. It's a good idea to come here regularly. Other towns will have different books too, so it's worth dropping by the guild in every town that has one. Now that you've got more information, it's time to head out and explore. Let's get going then. Ah, you always do like to jump right in, huh? You can, of course, go out there and find what you're looking for with information alone. But by signing a contract for the expedition, you will receive a lump sum of gold up front. You can use some of that to get even more clues at the tavern. So the overall reward is the same either way, but if we sign a contract, we can get money to use on supplies and to buy information about where to go next. Exactly. I would suggest you check out the guild's expeditions log, then sign the Carnac Stones contract. Okay. Looking for a new expedition? Take a look at our ledger. This is also where you report on completed expeditions. Also, where you report. Okay, das sind jetzt aber auch alle Dinge, aber ich soll jetzt, glaube ich, nur das erste machen. Okay, und ich krieg dafür 9000 Gold. Ich weiß nicht, habe ich dann 51 Tage Zeit oder was soll das bedeuten? Oder ist das mit der 3 Tage? Egal, wir nehmen es einfach mal an. Ach, 3 Jahre sind das. Oh je. The Carnac Stones contract, eh? It's a 3-year contract worth 9000 gold. Want to take this one? Yes. Excellent. You get half the reward up front as a deposit, which comes out to 4500 gold. Best of luck. Die anderen könnte ich jetzt theoretisch auch noch annehmen, aber soll ich nicht. Great job. Each contract has a specified duration, so you want to make sure you finish on time. Okay. Of course, you'll need a ship to get anywhere. For now, I will let you borrow mine. It's not fit for long journeys, but it will do the job for anything nearby. Let's head to the harbor. Heading out to sea. My ship's always ready to set sail. Once you make the proper preparations, of course. What sort of preparations? Only the basics. For a smooth journey, you will want a crew of 15 and about 20 portions of food and water. "15 crew members, 20 portions of food and water." Got it. Seeing how it's your first voyage and all, I'll cover your costs. But buy whatever you see fit. Oh, thank you. Let's go stock up on the supplies, Fernando. So, 15 Crew. Hat er nicht 20 gesagt? Achso, Weight pro Preis. Nee, Weight und Preis. Okay. Jetzt könnte ich wahrscheinlich noch runterhandeln hier. Runterhandeln irgendwie, ich weiß nicht, was die Waage sein soll. Aber er zahlt ja, wir kaufen es einfach so. The requested supplies have been transported to your ship. So, the Carnac stones are said to be near Nantes, which is up north from here. If you're out at sea and you start to run low on food or water, drop anchor at the nearest harbor and stock back up. Also, if you need more information about your expedition, talk to the bartender at any tavern. They hear a lot of rumors from other explorers. There's a good chance they can help. Ah, and one more thing. Do either of you happen to speak anything other than Portuguese? I don't think Fernando does, but I can speak a little Spanish and have some knowledge of the Romance languages. Good, because as you can imagine, they don't speak Portuguese in most other places. If you don't speak the local language, you won't understand what anyone says. Sounds like we may either have to learn more languages or hire an interpreter later. That's not a bad idea. Also, and I'm sorry to say this, but you might want to hide the fact that you're a woman. Some sailors won't treat you right otherwise, as bad as that is here. Nicolau hands his bandana to Lucia, who uses it to tie up her hair. That should work just fine. Now, you two better get going. I'll head back to the guild to gather information. Thanks, Nicolau. Time to set sail. Lucia joined our crew. Departure procedures will take 8 days. Want to head out? I guess. Finally, our first voyage. Before we set sail though, there are some things you need to know. First, you can move around using the controller's left stick. Time only passes when you're moving, so feel free to sit still for a moment if you need time to think. Next, your crew will consume food and water every day you're at sea. As you know, you can stock up on food and water at the supplies shop in the harbor. If you run out of food or water, your crew's morale is going to sink. And when your crew goes without food or water for too long, well, you can guess what happens. Make sure to keep them well fed. Speaking of your crew, pay close attention to the minimum number of crew members needed for your journey. You won't be able to get much speed out of even the fastest ship if you don't have the crew for it. Also remember that you can lose crew members either to starvation or accidents. It's a good idea to hire a bit more than the minimum when putting together your crew. Lastly, we need to talk about the wind. It's really important when sailing. While on the water, you can use the right stick on your controller to change the direction of your sail. Okay. If your sail matches the direction of wind, you will go faster. The opposite is also true. You can tell which direction the wind is blowing by looking at the clouds in the sky. Okay. And that's the end of the lesson. I'm sure you'll be a seasoned navigator in no time. Now we need to head to Nantes. It should be north from here. I'll mark a path on your map. Follow that and it will be a smooth sailing. Wie schnell schwimmen wir? Kann auf jeden Fall auch Steuerkreuze nehmen. So, jetzt kriegen wir Speed-Bonus. I'm getting sleepy. Da ist ein Fragezeichen. Entry procedures for Nantes take about 8 days. Want to enter? Yes. We made it to Nantes. They speak one of the Romance languages here. I know a little, but I'm not very fluent. I'll do my best to translate, but don't expect perfection, okay? According to the information we got, the Karnak stones should be west of here. Hier wahrscheinlich da, wo wir das Fragezeichen schon haben. We need to head out on horseback, which brings me to an important point. Unlike seafaring, where we stock up on food and water, for land-based travel we need to stock up on provisions. They sell them at the tavern, so you can go there whenever you need some. At the moment we've got plenty, so let's head out and find those Karnak stones. We can leave through the city gates and then head west. Heading out to Iplos to explore. We need 8 days to make preparations to leave. Shall we get going? Yes. Auf dem Esel. According to the information we received, they should be around here. Wait, are those the Karnak stones? Don't they look a little small? I thought they were going to be 2 or 3 times the size of a person. Still, it would be worth researching how they all got here and why they're lined up the way they are. I'll start writing all this down in the name of research. That should be enough, right? Let's get ourselves back to Lisbon. Ich glaube, ich könnte den Ton eigentlich auch noch ein bisschen lauter machen, ne? Fällt mir gerade mal so auf. So, Carnic Stones haben wir discovered. Dann reiten wir mal wieder zurück. I'm almost out of provisions. Naja, Hälfte. Phew, we made it back in one piece. Now that we found the Carnic Stones, it's time to return to Lisbon. We need to report to the guild about our findings. I'll draw the path back to Lisbon on your map. On our map. There, now let's head to the harbor and set sail. It's been over a month since your last record. Welcome to our inn. Hallöchen Trees. Viel Erfolg beim Aufräumen. Alright, we are back in Lisbon. Hopefully everyone wasn't too worried about us. Let's get to the guild and report our discovery. So. Okay, Quest abgeschlossen. Dann kriegen wir auch nochmal 4500 Geld. Und die 51 Dinger, wo ich noch nicht weiß, wofür sie sind. Welcome back. How did your expedition go? Ah, Renown, okay. Geld haben wir auch bekommen. Congratulations. Can't wait to see what your next expedition is. So, und jetzt bin ich freigelassen, oder was? Great work on your first expedition. You did really well. Thanks, it was fun. I am looking forward to going on more quests soon. That's the allure of the seas. Now let me tell you what I found out about your father. The ship Antonio always used when attending to his personal business had a rooster on the sail. Those sails are specifically used by royal ships. So my father really was working for the kingdom. It would seem so. The kingdom has shown a great interest in the seas these days. The navigation school in Sagres is an indication of that. It sounds like our next step should be to go to the castle to find out more. About that, I think it will be easier for you to get information if you work for the kingdom like your father did. Interesting. That sounds like a great idea. But how would I even start working for the kingdom? That's the hard part. Rather than seeking them out, it will be faster for you to get them to seek you out. Oh. You can do that by gaining more renown as an explorer. The more renowned you become, the higher the chance that they will take notice and give you work. That's smart. I was hoping to get back out onto the seas anyway. For now, you should work to accumulate 80 renown. You gain renown as you complete more expeditions. That means you need to gather information, accept contracts, and report your discoveries. Keep in mind though, that you can only sign contracts here in Lisbon. We're Portuguese after all. Alright, got it. Hear that, Fernando? We're going to get famous so that the royal court comes to us. So what should our next expedition be? What? Someone from the what is looking for me? Ugh, I just caught you. What is it, Nicolau? Did you happen to run into any danger during your trip to Nantes? No, not in particular. What a relief. There was something I forgot to teach you before you left. Rather than telling you, though, it's best I show you. Fernando, take out your weapon. I'm going to teach you how to fight. Right now? So, jetzt kommen wir in die Kampfmechanik. Die fand ich halt ganz witzig. Das ist irgendwie Schere, Stein, Papier Prinzip. Aber ja, mal gucken, wie es funktioniert. Okay, let me explain the basics of battle. At the beginning of each fight, you and your opponent will choose cards. All battle cards have an affinity based on the color and symbol on the card. You can see how the different cards interact with each other here. Also es ist halt Schere, Stein, Papier. Stein schlägt Schere, Schere schlägt Papier, Papier schlägt Stein. Each turn gives both you and your opponent 3 chances to attack. This means you have to choose 3 cards during each turn. Selecting a card from your hand below and putting it in a slot will ready that card. Try it now by selecting 3 cards. Wenn Anki jetzt hier wäre, würde sie sagen, armer Fernando, er nimmt immer Stein oder so. Aber Anki ist nicht da. Ja, vielleicht sieht das Anki ja irgendwann mal. Also wir haben halt nur Steine in unserem Deck. See how it says win when you selected those cards just now? You can see the result ahead of time when you know what cards your opponent will play. Also, your opponent will always choose their cards first, so all you need to do is pick cards that will beat theirs. Lastly, you can replace the cards you picked with other cards at any time during this phase. Now, press that Start Battle button. So, jetzt haben wir auch unterschiedliche Hände. Hände, versteht ihr wegen Händen? Egal. Not half bad. That's roughly the flow of battle. You select 3 cards, which are then pitted against your opponent's cards in order. Next, I'll explain to you how intuition works. During the first round, I'll let you know which cards I would be playing, but the opponents you face in the wild won't be so kind. Their cards will be hidden. That's why you're going to need a bit of intuition. Intuition allows you to guess at which cards to guess at which cards the opponent will play. Don't worry, this happens automatically. There's nothing you need to do to trigger it. Let's try this again. You see that some of my cards are hidden this time. So, ich habe aber keine Schere. Das heißt aber, ich könnte zumindest ein Unentschieden machen, ne? Nein! Verdammt. Good work. You've now got a grasp on the basics of combat. Sea battles play out exactly the same as land battles, so don't worry too much about that. That's all for today. Okay, aber so richtig verstanden habe ich es jetzt noch nicht. Die Intuition, die ist quasi dann nur eine Prozentzahl, die... Also je höher die Prozentzahl, desto wahrscheinlicher ist es, dass ich die Karten des Gegners aufgedeckt bekomme. So würde ich es jetzt verstehen. You were sweating bullets there, Fernando. Your adventures ahead are going to be dangerous at times. Remembering what you learned here today will help you out later. Also, take my sword with you. That little dagger of yours is no blade for a proper seafarer. You received a longsword. Don't forget to equip your new weapon. You can do so from your inventory. Thank you, Nicolau. We'll make sure to be careful on our voyages. Good. Then I suppose I see you later. You've completed the tutorial. Now you are free to explore and progress through the story by taking on expeditions, making new discoveries and becoming the world's greatest adventurer. Okay, wie komme ich denn in mein Menü? Oder muss ich das hier irgendwo machen? Equipment. I don't know. Okay. Das ist mein Battle Deck. Hab von jedem 5. Meine Party. So, Inventory. Old Dagger. 10 Angriff. Longsword hat 14 Angriff. Okay. Das heißt, jetzt muss ich die Sachen selber machen. Jetzt muss ich nach Expeditionen erstmal gucken. Ist korrekt. So, was will ich denn haben? Das bringt alles gleich viel und ich wollte irgendwie 80, genau, ich wollte 80 Renown haben, das ist also egal, was ich mache. Eigentlich hier alles gleich hier. Ich kann ja eigentlich auch direkt mehrere annehmen, oder? Aber egal, wir machen erstmal einen. Lottery. Rumors. $150 Gold für Sachen? Nee. Erstmal nicht. Ah, hier können wir unser Schiff upgraden. Dog Figurehead, das ist ja süß. Okay. Kann ich also theoretisch noch mehr Kanonen oder mehr Lagerräume hinzufügen, je nachdem. Ich habe eine Kanone. Aber dann geht auch die Geschwindigkeit des Schiffs runter. Okay, ich würde sagen, wir fahren einfach mal los. Was ist das hier? Das ist prohibited, okay, schade. Ich würde sagen, wir fahren mal los. Ah ne, wir müssen erst Supplies kaufen. Vielleicht speichere ich auch noch vorher kurz. Aber jetzt habe ich nicht mehr so ganz im Kopf. Also die Crew hat sich ja nicht verändert. Crew, Moral, oh, Moral ist auf 40. Das ist natürlich nicht so gut. Oh, Overweight. Ah, okay. Okay, das ist dann doch das sind keine Verhandelknöpfe, sondern Crewmitglieder auf Minimum gesetzt. Und Essen und Wasser aufgestockt. Ach, guck mal, jetzt hat sie sogar von alleine gehagelt. I managed to haggle the price down to 239 Gold. Not bad, huh? Ich habe jetzt gar nicht drauf geachtet, wie viel es eigentlich gekostet hätte, aber ja, war bestimmt toll. Okay. Dann haben wir unsere Supplies. Nee, ich muss noch bei der Crew ein bisschen nachrüsten. So. Ich finde auf jeden Fall, der Artstyle ist ganz okay. Jetzt irgendwie nicht super besonders, aber ich finde jetzt auch nicht schlecht. Ich mag auf jeden Fall die Controller-Steuerung hier mit diesem Radialmenü. Finde ich eigentlich ganz praktisch. Kennt man vielleicht aus Diablo 3 auf der Konsole. So, dann setten wir Marseille. Wird mir jetzt die Karte überhaupt markiert? Oh je. Okay, dann habe ich ein Problem. Tja, vielleicht hätte ich doch lesen sollen. Oder mir Rumors darüber holen sollen. Ich habe gar keine Ahnung, wo ich da hinfahren muss. Was mache ich denn jetzt? La Giralda. Wo haben wir La Giralda schon, ist die Frage. Aber dann müsste ich ja theoretisch bis nach L, oder? Ich glaube, ich habe ein riesiges Problem. Okay, aber die Map hilft mir auch überhaupt nicht. Scheiße. Aber La Giralda klingt ja irgendwie portugiesisch / Spanisch. Casablanca. Oh oh. Fire! You hear shouts coming from below the deck and turn to see black smoke rising up. You hurry down and find that the storage compartment is on fire. What do you do? Open all the windows and turn the ship in the opposite direction. The wind is blowing to prevent the fire from spreading. Start at the root of the problem. Break down anything that's on fire and eject it onto the ocean. Ich versuch's mal mit A. Das sieht nicht gut aus, oder? You lost 2 food. Your ship's durability decreased to 16. Aber ich bin hier halt so oder so irgendwie gefühlt auf einer Todesmission. Weil ich halt keine Ahnung habe. Oh, meine Crew ist auch richtig pisst. Ich habe halt gar keine Ahnung, wo dieser Ort ist. We need food and water. Oder ist ein Gestrandeter, beziehungsweise Schiffsbrüchiger. Ich kann ich so machen. Aber wie kriege ich denn die Moral wieder hoch? Mit dem Trinken? Das ist auch Moral für die Crew. Ah, boost Morale and Intuition. Erstmal schön besaufen. Ist ja Freitag. So, dann hören wir uns mal die Rumors an. I seem to recall a sailor from Seville talking about something similar. You might want to head over there. Want me to mark Seville on our map? You'll be able to see which direction to go when we're traveling. Yes, please. So, also müssen wir nach Sevilla. Ja. Okay, und das heißt, muss ich mir hier weitere Gerüchte anhören, oder was? Mittagessen mit Mama Fatsch, das klingt ja hervorragend. Dann wünsche ich dir ein ganz schönes Essen, ein schönes Wochenende schon mal. Komm gut ins Wochenende. Ich hoffe, du musst morgen, übermorgen nicht mehr ran. Ja, danke, vielen Dank für den Raid. Und man liest und sieht sich. Okay, einmal speichern. Nee, nicht in Tavern. What you're looking for is in the city. Go to the city's landmark. In the city? Landmark? Achso. This is the place, Fernando. I think this is La Giralda. Giralda. It's a lot different from the other buildings around here, huh? They say the style is Islamic. Apparently the bell tower has 28 bells in it. I suppose we should climb up to see them. Wait! Don't go without me. Hold on. Frage ich mich auch, hätte ich das wissen können vielleicht sogar, wenn man gewisses Erdkunde, Geografiewissen und Historien und, weiß nicht, Bauwerke und sowas. Vielleicht hätte man dann auch selber drauf kommen können. So, aber jetzt muss ich eigentlich nur noch nach Hause fahren, oder? Okay. Expedition abgeben. So, was ich hier jetzt eigentlich noch interessant finde, hier sind noch so Puzzle-Icons dran, als wäre das wirklich irgendwie ein Puzzle. Aber eigentlich sollte ich jetzt auch die von dem Kingdom angefragt werden. You seem to be doing well. Nicolau, I've heard a lot about your recent adventures. It seems like you're starting to make quite the name for yourself in Lisbon. It's all thanks to Fernando. He's quite the captain. Naja, ich habe mich ziemlich... Wir sind einmal kurz erstmal irgendwie Richtung Italien gefahren und dann... Aber gut. That's good to hear, especially because I was about to say it's time for you to get your first title. Title? What sort of title? Remember how I said the kingdom was focusing on expanding its influence on the seas? Yeah. Well, the royal court's been awarding titles to explorers for their achievements. Oh, and we qualify? With all the renown you've gained, I imagine so. We should go to the castle and find out. WB an die... So, Castle. Title. Seafaring explorers who have distinguished themselves through their efforts are eligible for an official title from the royal court. You've gained enough renown to earn the title Knight. Do you accept this title? Yes. On behalf of His Majesty, the King, I bestow upon you, Fernando, the title of Knight. Geil. Ab jetzt müsst ihr mich mit Knight ansprechen. Ganz neidlos. Neidlos anerkennen. Congratulations. May your future... Ja, die ist klar. May your future deeds bring glory to you and the kingdom. Oh. One more thing to note. Knighted explorers are permitted to enter the castle's library and peruse the literature there. In other words, you are able to view the kingdom's research into different expeditions. Such expeditions are commissioned with royal contracts and are at the utmost importance. We hope you will consider taking them on. Royal contracts, wow. Thank you for letting us know. Lastly, here is the consolatory sum for your father's disappearance that I previously mentioned. Oh, thanks. I do have one question. You're not privately investigating your father's disappearance, are you? Me? No. Good. That is all for now. May your travels be safe. 5000 Gold haben wir bekommen. Dafür, dass unser Vater verschollen gegangen ist. Oh, are those two knights I see? Nicolau, can you believe it? We're knights. Congratulations. As you put yourselves more and more in the royal court's good grace, you're bound to learn more about what happened to your father. About that. Lucia tells Nicolau about what happened at the castle. Huh, that's an odd thing for him to ask if they've already closed their investigation. Do you think we need to be more careful? There's certainly no harm in exercising caution. Okay. Have you thought about what to do next? We still haven't decided on anything. We'll need to see what's available at the guild, but I think we're going to run into a language barrier soon. I see. What would you say about hiring another navigator? Someone who can interpret for you. That would be great. Is there someone you have in mind? There is. Is it alright if he's a little on the older side? Age doesn't matter. What does he speak? What does he do? And how many languages does he speak? He works at the guild, speaks 3 languages. Well, at least he tries. And huh? Wait, are you talking about yourself? Yeah. You should have said so. We would love to have you join. Really? I'm glad to hear you say that. Does that mean you're quitting your job at the guild? Yeah, it's about time I did so anyway. And seeing you two out on your adventures has got me nostalgic for my seafaring days. Wusste ich auch nicht. Ich hätte jetzt auch geschätzt, dass Andi uns joint. Hehe, and now you'll be adventuring with us. Thanks for humoring an old man's request. Now our next destination should be the Mediterranean. Nee, bei dem Spiel wird meine Stimme nicht geschont. Auch im ersten Spiel muss ich schon sehr viel vorlesen. Oh, why there? Before I say anything more, how about we move this conversation to the tavern, shall we? Sure, off to the tavern we go. Nicolau joined her crew. Ich glaube aber, dass ich hier an der Stelle jetzt auch Schluss mache mit der Demo, auch wenn wir ein bisschen weniger als eine Stunde gespielt haben. Ich hätte jetzt noch gern eigentlich nochmal einen Kampf gehabt irgendwie, out in the wild, oder vielleicht können wir einfach mal aus dem Gate rauslaufen. Achso, er will erst mit mir reden, okay, dann darf ich nicht. Ich hätte gerne nochmal so einen richtigen Kampf gemacht mit dem Schere-Stein-Papier-Prinzip. Aber also ich glaube, es ist trotzdem immer noch nicht so ganz mein Spiel. Aber ich könnte mir vorstellen, wenn man halt wirklich ja, an der Welt, Erdkunde, Geografie interessiert ist und an Sprachen vielleicht auch generell, dann könnte das Spiel schon ganz interessant sein. Also man bereitet halt sein Schiff vor, seine Crew vor, fährt von A nach B, holt irgendwelche Hinweise ein, wo man hin muss, fährt von Stadt zu Stadt und hört sich um, kriegt neue Erkenntnisse, muss sich mit Sprachen auseinandersetzen, damit man überhaupt die Leute versteht, wo man hinfährt. Man hat irgendwelche random Events, die einem das Leben schwer machen, in der Seefahrt oder dann auch unterwegs. Ja, und man versucht halt irgendwie das Verschwinden des Vaters aufzuklären. Aber ich glaube, trotz allem ist es halt einfach nicht so ganz mein Genre. Ich glaube, ich sehe mich das jetzt nicht wirklich weiterspielen. Aber ich finde es jetzt auch nicht schlecht gemacht. Und ich habe jetzt sowas in der Art, glaube ich, auch noch nicht ganz gespielt. Von daher hoffe ich einfach, dass es für jemanden aus dem Chat oder falls es irgendjemand hier auf YouTube sieht, vielleicht ist das ja was für euch. Oder genau das richtige Spiel, wenn ihr euch für Weltreisen interessiert und vielleicht auch ein bisschen für die Zeit, so 1480. Ja, vielleicht ist es dann was für euch. Ich sag schon mal Tschüss YouTube und dann sehen wir uns bei der nächsten Demo wieder.